There's a message coming in, but you're not grounded enough to receive it. What does that mean? A lot of times, anxieties, depression, worry, stress, fear, all of those things can weigh us down, and it will cause us to not be able to hear the voice of God and the guidance that we need to make it to the next level. What's up, y'all? My name is Laquita, and I'm here with another message, and we're going to get into what Spirit wants us to know at this exact moment. Yeah. Hope you guys are doing well. Oh, we have the Ten of Spades. Okay. So a lot of you guys have been burdened in your mind. You got a lot of things going on that you're trying to control. And one thing that gave me peace throughout my life is we really don't have control over anything. All we have control is over ourselves and how we react to things. Your reaction is everything. I feel like you're the type of person that if something, like, you're a control freak. You like things to go certain ways. And if it doesn't go that way, you are out of balance. Your mind goes crazy. You start worrying, you start stressing, and that really doesn't get you anywhere until you get grounded. Things don't change until we take that moment to sit with self. Like, there's times I have to come out here on this back porch. I mean, I have 3 toddlers, for crying out loud, and I get a little overwhelmed with life. That's normal, but it's how I react to that overwhelm. If I'm yelling at the kids, stressing, and that what is that going to do? That's going to make the energy in my house even more chaotic. So instead, I come out here, I take a deep breath, I walk around in the grass, and I ground myself, because I know that once I release that energy that's causing me to get frustrated and worry and stress, I can now move forward with my day with a more clear mind. A lot of you guys do not have a clear mind right now. Your mind is chaotic. You got so much going on, and it's hard to get any direction, any guidance, if you are not able to have a clear mind. So my suggestion to you guys is to ground yourself. I just heard clear as day. An idle mind is the devil's playground. So if you're idle, you're depressed, you're stressed, it's like that is like the worst time for you to be trying to plan or do anything, because the worst thoughts come in your head. It is so important that you ground yourself and you still your mind, because that's what changes things. It says in Romans 8:28, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Our mind controls so much of our reality, we don't even realize it. As I'm sitting here shuffling, I hear this song. It's an old gospel song, and it's saying God's got a message to tell you, something along the lines. I hear it, but I just can't make out the words. But there's so much Spirit wants to say to you right now, but your mind is so clogged up that nothing can get through, and you feel alone. You feel like people don't hear you. You feel misunderstood, and you're totally not. You just have to get into this energy of clearing out your mind so you can really hear the voice, that still small voice, to give you the guidance to move forward. God's got to tell you something. King of Diamonds. Yeah, you're ready for a new shift. You're ready for a complete turnover in your life. And I feel like you're at that brink of things turning around for you. And sometimes that can be a little scary. Sometimes that can feel like the fear of the unknown. I know that I'm calling this new beginning in, but what does it look like? How does it feel? What will I need to do? What do I need to let go of? What am I holding on to that's hindering me from moving forward? Am I willing to let those things go? You definitely are. If this message is coming up, you're definitely ready. And you got to believe in yourself. And again, 8 of Spades. It's going to take some hard work and dedication. It's not going to be easy, because our natural instinct is to stress and worry. So for us to have to, we know in our minds what we got to do. We got to get it done. So it's going to take you to figuring out what things ground you. Like for me, aromatherapy is what grounds me. Being out in nature, being out in my garden is what grounds me. Other people, you might like to read, you might like to listen to music, you might like to go on walks, you might like to go to the gym. You need to change something up, because the way things is going right now, it's not working. You know what I'm saying? And it's time for it to work, so you can really get to the other side of whatever God is trying to show you at this time. And it's going to happen. You just got to stay consistent. Consistency is key. Working hard is key. So it's a lot of mental energy going on. And I felt like you just went through something. You just got some bad news. And it's hard to not harbor on those things. When you go through heartbreak or betrayal, and you know that if you keep thinking about it, you keep harboring over it, it's not gonna make things any better. But when you start to think about other things, like when you set the intention, I'm not gonna think about this today, I'm gonna do something positive. It's like you get these nudges or reminders that it's going to stop you from walking positively in the flow of what you need to be doing. And instead, these nudges pull you back into worry, stress, and depression, and that mental fog. So I feel like you're going through a really, really tough time right now, and I just pray for you, because like that energy's coming in heavy to where I feel chaotic. And I have to, if you notice, I'm stopping and starting the message because like I want to say something, but I just keep going back to the fact that your mind is so clouded. And in order for you to get that clarity that you need, that next steps of your path, you have to ground yourself. You have to get in tune with self. You seem like the type of person that looks outside of yourself for validation, look outside of yourself for guidance. We have to remember that God said in his word, everything that we need is within us. His power is within us. Everything that you're asking for, every ounce of clarity that you need is already within you. It's just we have to move all of that gunk out of the way in order to really listen. So I would suggest, listening maybe to some grounding meditation music. Get you some headphones in. Try not to listen to the news, any low vibrational music. Really work on raising your vibration, getting yourself out of this negative funk and getting back into mental clarity, because you are right at the brink of transformation. You are right at the brink of a new direction, a new path being unfolded in your life. And right now you are in your own way, and you have to get grounded in order for those messages to come through. So I'm going to pull one more card. And actually I'm going to take this one at the bottom. Yeah, if you don't, what happens is you start making reckless decisions. You start being impulsive. You start noticing there's unpredictable things that is happening in your life. And then you get to this point where you're like, why is this happening to me? Well, it's actually happening for you. So you could take that time to say, hey, okay, I understand. I can't keep doing this. This something got to give. I need to go within. Stop focusing on I feel like that you're the type of person that has to help, has to fix everything. And we can't. We can't fix nothing until we are fixed. You can't pour into people's cups until you pour into your cup. So I'm just gonna let that card be the last.